everyone. Today, we will talk about distance and displacement. Both of these quantities may seem to mean the same thing, yet have distinctly different definitions and meaning, which we will talk about. The first characteristic of distance and displacement is that distance is a scalar quantity, means it only have magnitude or value, while the displacement is a vector quantity where both magnitude and direction are present. Another thing is that the distance reflects length of the path traveled while moving from initial position to final position. By the way, initial position is where an object or body came from, while the final position is the destination of that particular body or object. While the displacement reflects the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position. Next is, distance measured is always positive, while the displacement can be positive or negative depending on the reference point. Fourthly, in distance, the total distance covered is equal to the algebraic sum of all the distance traveled in different directions. Or, it can express as d1 or distance 1 plus d2 or distance 2 plus d3 or distance 3 and so on. While the displacement is the vector sum of the individual displacements in different directions. Or it can express as square root of summation of x squared plus summation of y squared. In displacement, we should always remember that the horizontal arrow represents the east and west direction is considered as x component, while the vertical arrows, which represents the north and south direction, represents the y component. Next is, there is always a distance covered whenever there is a motion, while displacement will be zero if the body comes back to its initial position. However, both of distance and displacement have a unit of meters. Example, Ben traveled from distance A to B with 4 meters and B to C with 3 meters. So what is the total distance traveled by Ben using his bicycle? So based from the problem, we have a given of distance AB equals to 4 meters and distance BC equals to 3 meters. So what we need to find is the total distance traveled by Ben using his bicycle. In this problem, we will use the formula distance AB plus distance BC, or simply distance 1 plus distance 2. So in getting the answer, we just simply substitute the givens to the formula. So we have 4 meters as an equivalent of distance 1 or distance AB, and 3 meters as equivalent of distance 2 or distance BC. So 4 meters plus 3 meters is equals to 7 meters. Then the final answer is the total distance traveled by Ben is 7 meters using his bicycle. Another example. You walk from school to home with a distance of 10 meters to the east, 6 meters to the north, 9 meters to the east, 6 meters to the north, and 7 meters to the west. So what is the displacement traveled by you? So based from the problem, we have a given of distance 1, 10 meters, distance 2, 6 meters, distance 3, 9 meters, distance 4, 6 meters, and distance 5, 7 meters. In this case, we need to identify first the x component and the y component based from the given. Since 10 meters have a direction of east and it represents by horizontal arrow, so it is x component. While 6 meters has a direction of north and it represents by a vertical arrow, so it is y component. The 9 meters have a direction of east and it represents by a horizontal arrow, so it is x component. The 6 meters has a direction of north and represents by vertical arrow, so it is y component. And lastly, the 7 meters has a direction of west and represents by horizontal arrow, so it means it is an x component. After identifying the x and y component from the problem, we will now add all the x components and the y components. So in x component, we have 10 meters plus 9 meters plus 7 meters. That is equals to 26 meters. And in our y components, we have 6 meters plus 6 meters. That is equals to 12 meters. Then after that, what we need to find now is the displacement traveled by you from school to home. So in our example, we are going to use the formula total displacement is equal to square root of summation of x squared plus summation of y squared. So again, we have x component equals to 26 meters and y component equals to 12 meters. So to solve the problem, we just simply substitute the givens to the formula. So we have x component, which is 26 meters, and y component, which is 12 meters. Just get the square of 26 meters and square of 12 meters. So we have 26 times 26, that is equals to 676, and 12 times 12, that is equals to 144. Then we have 676 plus 144 meters, and that is equals to 820 meters. Then get the square root of 820 meters, that is equal to 28.64 meters. So based from our discussions, we can conclude that distance is a scalar quantity refers to how much ground an object has covered during its motion, while displacement is a vector quantity that refers to how far out of place can an object is, or it's the object overall change in position.